Wow. God damn. I'm sliding further out the fray. This is how crazy AEW Dynamite was. Cause what the fuck? I'm not at a loss for words because of all the loss for words this video would exist. Welcome back to another episode of the Savage Era. Me, Mr. Pop That Thing, the one in triple G.O.D. My ace, my mellow, the green monster, squish murder in the congregation. May you be praised for holding down my six. Love you always. Bessie, Janine, Magdalene, the intern and Elise. Your girl and mine, Miss Martha, K. Miss Marceline, hold down the unos, doses, thraces, and cuatros. But most importantly, you, yes, you. You're live right here with us, right here on Team GRF TV. And like I said, yo, welcome back to the Savage Era, where Uncle Triple tries to sit up here and sort out his feelings about watching professional wrestling on television. Because what the fuck was that ending? Why the fuck is Sting come the fuck out of nowhere? And why is AEW continually just fucking good every fucking week? That's what we're here to discuss because winter's here. Winter's literally here. There was a Raven at some point. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to get into hold or we're not going to do that because we should make references to Mothers of Dragons and John No. We're not going to do that. We are going to discuss professional wrestling. That's what we do here. That's what the Savage Era is for. But I can't wait till we get to talking about Omega and Boy Moss, because what the fuck? I don't know what to do with myself, but it's not fair to the rest of the card if we sit up here and do that. We're going to discuss that other thing, because fucking Sting. We're going to definitely do that, but how about I got the card in front of me, and we're gonna go through it like we always normally do, even with a pay-per-view. The Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. Here's the thing that I love about Battle Royals when it's the goal of the Battle Royal to extend or set up storyline beef. And this match did that. Like, it did a lot of wild, underhanded ass shit. Like, one of the things that I think is real low-key, this Matt Hardy heel turn that's about to happen because he eliminated Isaiah Cassidy on whoops accident. Nah, that was bullshit, homie. But we not gonna get into that. It'll be interesting to see like what it's gonna be with Matt Hardy and Private Party and how we probably get some episode on his YouTube channel playing like oops my bad, you know, we can do that or whatever. In other news, the Dark Order want them some Hangman Page, and that was on display for half a second before he got eliminated by Matt Hardy, but I bring up Hangman Adam Page in this thing just to say I'm wondering what's going to happen to him. Given what happened at the end of the night, what's up with that boy Hangman Adam Page? What's up with him? I'm like, it'll be interesting to really see that or whatever. Shout out to my boy, the Perfect 10, Sean Spears, not only getting a measure of revenge on Matt Sydal, but also continuing that beef with that boy Scorpio Sky. I'm like, I'll say this, even given things that happen later in the evening that we're going to talk about because we're gonna do some jumping around. We kind of have to tell the story that I'm trying to work through here. Is every time Scorpio Sky do something, like he get mad over. Everything Scorpio Sky do is mad over. And it's not a level of Uncle Triple doesn't understand. Why? Because I understand Scorpio Sky is a great talent and they trying to put him over. I appreciate it, but every time it comes up, I have to mention it because one of these days, there's actually going to be some legitimate damn payoff to putting over Scorpio Sky. But until then, it's just going to be what the fuck it's going to be, ladies and gentlemen. In other news, and this is important, y'all remember this dude named Miro? Like, he used to be some guy named Alexander Rusev. You remember that guy, his wife who they're kindly trying to put over as a babyface who doesn't do shit, who may end up winning the fucking title from Asuka, which shouldn't happen. You guys remember that? We talked about that when we talked about that pay-per-view that just happened, but we're not going to get into that right now, or not at all. I think the answer is not. We're not going to do that. Miro clowned. This is what you want. Ever since Miro got out there and said, fuck a brass ring, Vince McMahon can kiss my whole ass and fuck your No Limit Soldier tank in that promo, which was wonderful, by the way. I have been waiting for that Miro moment where they give him a chance to, really, really shine and really show why the WWE should have never let him go in the first place. About how do you squander such talent, such as in Alexander Rusev was now Miro and Happy having a Twitch channel because in AEW you're allowed to have one of those. Blah blah blah. But this was a moment for him. Even though he did not win, it was a moment for him establishing things and him and that boy YouTube.com. No, well, not actually, what is Twitch.tv / the Kip Sabian, YouTube.com / the Kip Sabian. Like, give him some shine, you know what I'm saying? Like, give you free publicity, I don't want that back. It'll be interesting to see what's up with them as a tag team in the future because they've got some.
Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, Terrence.
Yeah, I forgot. Are you done? Hold on, internet. Alexa, stop playing in living room, please. That didn't work. That did not work. I'm like, yeah, every 6 in the morning, Alexa talks and she says my name, and it's like,
Hi there. It's great to talk to you.
Well, thank you, Alexa. I appreciate that. Normally, I'd have stopped the video. No, fuck it. We're keeping this in. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, I was trying to figure out, because usually it's weird. Alexa, stop playing in living room. Think they got it. Okay. Alexa aside, I'm going to say something. That movie Smart House on Disney fucking scared me back in the day. Not because it was scary, but because of one of the things in a possible future, and I technically live in a smart house. We literally tell the light bulb to turn the fuck off. I don't know. It was the missus's idea, not mine. I thought it was kind of stupid to have Jeff Bezos listen to every fucking conversation I have, including the one I'm having right now as I'm talking about pro wrestling at 6 a.m. in the fucking morning. So, there's that. Headphones, back on. Anywho. What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about Miro and how he clowned and how it was great for him and how this could be a real jumping off point for really establishing him as a great performer in general. Him and the boy Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford, shout out to all of them to see what they can do as a faction. So it'll be interesting to really see how that presses forward. Given Miro and the segue I'm now about to make, is Miro laid out somebody in particular. That boy freshly squeezed motherfucking Orange Cassidy, because we all love him, right? So this doesn't really matter. He just laid out for like 10 minutes of this battle royal or whatever. And the MVP of the battle royal, my boy Wardlow, after all this craziness of the inner circle of Jungle Boy's in there getting his ass whooped by the Squadron, putting up a decent fight, gets his ass whooped, and then my boy, my dude, my ace, my favorite current guy to watch, my boy Sammy Guevara, sat up here and got eliminated by the boy MJF, and this started a whole thing that's going to lead into a thing for later, which will be resolved next week, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But again, my understanding and appreciation of let's plant the seeds for shit we about to do, because we got a whole bunch of people in the ring, so why not take this time to formulate, extend, plan out new things for these people to do. Even given all of that, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy and that boy MJF will face each other next week for the Dynamite Diamond Ring, which is worth 100 gazillion fulfillion dollars, or at least that's what I've heard. Here's my question. Is the diamond ring a belt of some sort? So if MJF loses, does he give his old one to Orange Cassidy? Does Orange Cassidy get a new one? These things were not established. I am not sure. So we'll find out next week and things of that nature. But it is what it is. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Did I mention everything? Let's see. Yeah, we talked about the Matt Hardy oops, the oops private party thing. We got this weird thing with the inner circle, and we're building other things, and here's hoping Miro actually gets the fuck over, because he deserves that shit. Anyway, moving right along. Previously on an episode of this professional wrestling TV show I watched, the inner circle was beefing with SCU for a reason, that befalls me to remember right now, and the fall off on the tag match last week between Kazarian and that boy, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, is this match between Chris Jericho and Frankie Kazarian, which literally took time on commentary to say that in Jericho's 30-year career, and as long as Kazarian's been wrestling, because according to this match was Jericho's, I think, 2,450th match in his fucking career, and he has never wrestled Frankie Kazarian. For Chris Jericho to wrestle Frankie Kazarian, you know what I'm saying? This is a match I would have wanted to see 10, 15 years ago. Like this, like when Kazarian was like first getting on and Jericho had like firmly established himself as a main event star. Would have been a match I definitely want to see. This is not like a dream match level shit, but something that if things would have been what they were that I would have seen. The match held up. You know what I'm saying? The match held up. It was pretty decent, but the thing is that the match wasn't important. Near the end of the match, you know, in another episode of MJF is given a damn towel and he shouldn't have one, you bitch ass nigga, is here comes MJF with a towel. While Frankie Kazarian has him in the walls, quote unquote. It was more of a Boston Crab. He had him bent like this. He wasn't fully up with it, you know, putting a torque on it, because you know that could fuck somebody shit up. Of the towel. He was about to throw in the towel for Chris Jericho to lose, and here comes that guy he screwed over earlier, my guy, my ace, Sammy Guevara. So, they arguing over the towel. Chris Jericho sees the towel, you know what I'm saying, after the finish of one of these to the side of the face, a Judas Effecto. And the whole inner circle is in turmoil. Now, here's the thing that I have a question about, right? I'm wondering if this is another one of them fake outs. Like, cause they've done the fake out thing before. They've been to Vegas, smoked weed, hung out with fucking Conan, all this crazy shit. But I'm wondering, like, is this really the schism of, is Jericho finna go take a break? And they literally finna leave MJF in charge of the inner circle. Like, cause that's kind of the thought process that I am gathering from the way that things have been, that they are literally like Jericho, like, man, I'm finna go sit down for a minute. So one of y'all is in charge of the inner circle. And again, like I said, the only one literally with the storyline chops to be the leader of the inner circle is MJF. Now I can understand like how that would come off weird when you got Santana and Ortiz, you got that boy Jake Hagar, and you got my dude, Sammy Guevara, of being some instance where they turn on Jericho on some weird nation of domination thing. Like, I don't believe that's where my head went, but damn. I literally think this is where the hell this is gonna go. This is some nation of domination shit right here. Yeah, next week at the Schism, because that's the thing they're going to do at the Schism, I think Chris Jericho is going to get betrayed, and they're going to side with MJF, and Chris Jericho's just going to go home for a while and just be the demo guy at the crib. And still crushing numbers without even being on fucking television. See? Look at me. Figuring things out. But I gotta say, because I don't know if I got it, because it's like all this stuff happened after Full Gear, of understanding and knowing how great this stuff with MJF and the Inner Circle has been, and what it's going to do for everybody involved, because it's going to be a lot of good stuff. I don't know whether this is going to be the end of the Inner Circle, or it's going to be MJF and the Nation of Domination, that they're trying to build him as a rock, and we're literally going to mention that again later in this installment. Both understanding and knowing that there are a lot of ways that this can go. We can be, oof, we got your ass again, or this can literally be, again, like I said, a Nation of Domination joint. So it'll be interesting to really see like how that progresses and builds or whatever. But at least we got a Chris Jericho, Frankie Kazarian match out of it. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not that bad. So, it is what it is. Oh, Britt Baker wrestled. You know what I'm saying? You know, we love our favorite dentist, Britt Baker. And, you know, in the next episode of We're Trying to Build Up Layla Hirsch on Accident/Purpose, it was a decent match. And that is what it was, but that's not what the hell you came here for. Thunder Rosa's in the building. I still don't know why Serena Deeb is still the NWA champion, but I didn't really get any honest answers out of that when I watched the episode of Shockwave a couple of days ago either, because that's their new Powers thing. So I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see if really all this talent exchange is really going on. is Thunder Rosa gonna get another shot at Serena Deeb? I gotta sit up here and question that. I'm still in the belief of that this is the slow build for Britt Baker to become AEW Women's World Champion. Even with Abaddon, or however you pronounce her name, and Hikaru Shida, and Shida's claiming she's not scared, but literally she heard something about it, like, huh, what the fuck? So I don't know what the build to that even means, and I figured we discuss it now because it was literally an interview, you know what I'm saying? So, the state of the women's division looks like this. Maybe Serena Deeb come back and wrestles more on AEW, or wrestling where your title is actually defended. Thunder Rosa's in the building beating the shit out of Britt Baker while you have a Carl Sheeta scared of a baton, and I don't know what that means for anything, but hopefully this leads to a Britt Baker title run, which is what I want personally, because that's what I want. So there you go. And another episode of That's What I Want, That's What I Want, the end. Whoo boy. I get to talk about multiple things I have not had a chance to talk about. But here's the interesting thing about Dead Boy Darby and Cody Rhodes, his whole name. That boy Ricky Starks and that boy Will Hobbs. Holy shit, that boy Will Hobbs. That boy is a mountain, boy. I'm like, yeah, he on the right team. I'm like, I will say this first because I'm finna jump around a whole bunch of my feelings. I really think that knowing that the trios titles are going to be a thing in a minute, I would love to see FTW hold the trios titles though, because who gon' fuck with them? You got that boy, the nephew Ricky Starks. That boy's a beast, and I'm finna talk about him in a minute. I'm like, you got the Machine Brian Cage, he a monster, and that boy, that nigga's a beast. I'm just sitting up here like, yo, it's a lot that you can really do with that. But back to what I thought I was gonna sit up here and say. I gotta say, I am really super over on that boy Ricky Starks, because the thing is that I remember when I saw him on Power last year, and I was kind of like, yo, this boy got some juice, you know what I'm saying? And then I went back and watched some of his old stuff, and then recently I had watched that interview with Chris, what that boy name is, Chris Van Vliet or whatever, and sat up here and like he had cut some old promos, like he literally got on that rock sweater with that fucking Dookie chain. I'm sitting up here like, damn it, Ricky Starks, like you such a cute. And I'm just like, yo, I love this guy. Like, yo, I want to see more of him. So I literally randomly, like when I ain't doing nothing else, I go watch old Ricky Starks matches now, because that's a thing I can do with my time, since I have nothing else better to do other than to watch matches from years ago with this dude who is finally getting an opportunity. Because here's the thing that I'm going to literally fucking say, because maybe I don't get another chance during this installment of the Savage Era to say exactly this. When it comes to dudes like Ricky Starks and my boy Sammy Guevara, and watching like they shit, and hearing their stories of understanding how bad WWE is with making professional wrestlers and not seeing the potential in those who are great professional wrestlers, but maybe not what you want for them to be sports entertainers. Yeah, that I said that, and I'm gonna own it. Sammy Guevara been beasted. I've seen some of his stuff from Reality of Wrestling, some of his stuff from MLW, stuff like that. Him and Ricky Starks then had some great classics though, like some classics of on that level of these dudes are shitting up here showing why they could be the future pro wrestler, and these are matches from 3-4 years ago. So it's weird. It's weird in understanding like how WWE sees nothing in great professional wrestlers who may not be able to be the sports entertainer they want. But I heard professional wrestling and sitting up here kicking ass. And shout out to that boy, my boy Sam Guevara, give him some more love. And my boy Ricky Starks was good. You know what I'm saying? Even given all this, the only real question, as I take off my headphone and scratch my ear, is the following. Right? Here it is, real rap. Darby Allin had had this title for damn near a month now, and I don't remember him defending it at all. I don't. And he probably defended it on an episode of Dynamite that I probably don't remember, which probably has something to do with this feud, but you would have thought that even if I'm right and he hasn't defended this title, that he would have at least defended it against Ricky fucking Starks at this juncture. I'm just saying that. But then on the other side of that, it's like, I understand why AEW would never see the FTW title as a legitimate actual title in the history of their promotion, Brian Cage should probably defend that a lot fucking more. I'm just putting that out there that that he should go out there and literally they should give him time to murder fools because see. I want to see Brian Cage and I want to see Lance Archer, dog. I want to see them murder. I want to see them have a murder fight. If they have a murder fight that I'm not remembering in general, I want to see them have a murder fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Given all of this and given how great like this storyline has been, I'll be glad when it's over because I appreciate me some Cody Rhodes, but Cody Rhodes should go get ready to go fight Shaq because I could show you that clip of Brandy, but Brandy remember where the hell she came from, which is some of the greatest shit I've ever seen. Like, that shit was great. And shout out to that girl Jade, you know what I'm saying, who was really in the middle of all that, and I really want to interestingly, like, literally see the build for what the hell this is going to become. But I'm ready for Darby Allin to really be the face of this company and not be this thing where Cody is just still in the picture technically because he in this feud with FTW and all this old shit. I'm like, just get Fuego out there and just have him hit a tornado DOT on everybody and then, problems can be solved. So, I don't know. But this is not what you're here for either. Sting, what the fuck? The thing is, they said that he was supposed to come out at full gear. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like, well, yeah, given what great, what these OGs are doing, with Arn part of the Nightmare Family, Tully Blanchard with FTR and that boy Sean Spears. You got Jake with Lance Archer, which I think is a great pairing, great underestimated pairing of an OG and a young stud like that boy the Murder Hawk. I think that is great. We talking about not Taz with FTW. It's a wonderful thing. But really sit up here and really think of what Sting could do for a Darby Allin, though. Really think about that. An icon like Sting, literally putting his stamp on Darby Allin. Oh, and really sitting up here literally now that this is just brain to mouth here, of understanding the legitimate parallels of what Sting represented to WCW for 2 decades, for what Darby Allin could be for the future of this promotion. This is going to get good. Really, 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 really good. And I cannot wait for this to be what it is. Internet, we're going to take a small quick break. And when we come back, we are going to get to our main event of the evening and my thoughts on it because what in the fuck? So, we're finna take a pause and we'll be right back with more of the Satchera. Time in, and welcome back. Let's do this main event thing. Jon Moxley versus Kenneth Omega for the AEW World Championship. Here's the thing. I knew what the end was going to be. I knew that. As soon as Jon Moxley mentioned that he had sex with Renee and he pulled out, you kind of saw how this was going to end, right? So for anybody truly paying attention, you knew Kenny was going to win unless there was something else to that or whatever. But, just so that I remember why my brain is sitting up and thinking it. I wonder what this means for him being the U.S. champion over there in New Japan. So that should be interesting for him to quickly go lose that belt to somebody. But we'll get into that when it's time to talk about some NJPW. But anyway, this match was great. Until that Don Callis shit, there was a great wrestling match being had between two people who can have a great wrestling match. In other news, as I sit up here, and these were some of the thoughts I came with, before I knew I was going to sit down and rap, was when you heard things like the gentleman's agreement and that this match wasn't going to be some explode barbed wire Dominic Mysterio on a motherfucking pole match and shit, you kind of saw that, that Omega finna drop the title. Because the thing is, your job in this instance is to not only get over this heel turn that when I sit up here and think about it now, I should have definitely saw coming, but also trying to make Mox look strong as he takes his exit to go be a dada, which Congratulations, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. I should have saw this Don Callis shit from a mile away. Because as soon as he starts sitting in on commentary on Kenny's matches and being around or whatever, it's like you kind of had that thought, like, yo, maybe AEW and Impact Wrestling may do something, but it may just be some one-off or whatever, where Moose fights Powerhouse Hobbs or something or whatever, because Impact is kind of sort of a mess right now. So they got some things to fix, and this is even going to make it even more chaotic on Impact, because the thing is, people are going to be tuning in on Tuesday in ways they have never tuned into Impact before. Like, I'm literally going to go out my way to see if I have access at the channel for the cable that I fucking pay for, because I want to see Kenny Omega live on Impact Wrestling. A thing you thought you'd never hear. Even though the Young Bucks were over there for years, and also Ringa King, but we're not going to get into that right now either. This has insane fucking implications for the immediate future of pro wrestling, because we know AEW and New Japan do stuff. We know Impact do stuff with other stuff, like they used to do things all right for 5. This is literally going to get interesting, because your AEW World Champion is going to literally be on another show, and it's like the way that it happened. Like Don Callis, like when Alex Marvez walked up to him, was like, "Yo, can we get some answers? You'll get your answers on Tuesday. Tuesday, nigga, Dynamite's on Wednesday. Impact's a dumb motherfucker." And I'm sitting up and like, bruh, really? But even given that, rewinding it for a second though, the way that Kenny made out like a bandit though, after he murdered Mox with those 4B triggers into that one wing joint, I'm just sitting there, that you got AEW people booing him and shit. I'm just sitting up like, one of the best things you can do for telling your storyline is the set piece. Set pieces are great when booked correctly, when leaned into correctly, and activated and properly done correctly. And this was one of those moments where literally Kenny Omega and Don Callis just like, we got the title, and you got people like, boo, nigga, you suck. And I'm just sitting up here like, that's what you want. That's exactly what you want. Like, this is gonna be straight buzz, because I'm like, yo, we gotta sit up for and literally wait 5 days to get some answers. Literally 5 days. Yeah, I had to do some math in my head. Yeah, because today's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday night, Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, will be on Impact. Given what the state of the championships are in Impact, I'm like, it'll be funny as hell if Kenny Omega wrestled with Swan and take the belt from him. You know what? That's what I want. And then he gets some help with Moose-ass and then take the belt that don't even matter. Like, then they should do that Bobby Lashley story for Kenny Omega. Have him wear all the titles. Just be walking around with all the Impact belts, and he the AEW champion. You know what? I definitely want to see that now that I've thought of that visual in my head. Everybody take a second to close your eyes. Like, think about that picture you seen at one time with Triple H with every belt. I want that to be Kenny Omega in real life. This is what I want. I literally did not think that, knowing that I knew what this result was going to be, but it blew me away even more of the proper set piece, the execution, everything. I'm just like, everything about that was perfect. Like, the spot into the heaters, leading to Don Callis like, "Are you okay, Kenny?" And then you got Don Callis with the microphone, please, Kenny, get up. Slide his ass to mic. That call by Shivani and JR, oh my God. Bow! Right between that call was perfect. I'm just like, again, when set pieces in professional wrestling are done right, they hit perfect. It's just a perfect storm of what it is. A perfect storm. My head is bringing me something that I failed to mention even though I just talked about calls. That whole Sting shit was crazy. Orn to Dustin to Cody to Darby. Massive. But let's ask ourselves the real question. What does this mean for Impact, AW, talent exchanges? Because it's like we already got NWA titles being defended. Like, yo, this could literally be like the next level of bright spot for wrestling. Of all this intergender stuff, like, not intergender, what the hell am I talking about? This interpromotional shit that is going down right now. It makes me wonder, like, are we really finna do an invasion? Like, are we gonna have a War Games match? Because we were supposed to have that Blood and Guts match. I wonder, do you have the Blood and Guts match now? With Impact Wrestling and AEW. Oh my God, that sounds sick in my head. It's a great day to be a wrestling fan. You're damn straight. Shout out to my boy Kenneth Omega for becoming the AEW World Champion. But I do wonder, if John wasn't going home to go be a daddy, I wonder what this event is or something. Because this was a reign that had to end at something. I think that even given the overbooked bullshit at the end of the match, given how we ended up here, I think this was the right call. Because it was only so many spikes to eyes and dog collar matches I could have seen for the AEW title being defended, because Mox was going up against former psychos in his past life. So yeah, let's have exploding barbed wire Dominic Mysterio on a motherfucking pole match, my nigga. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what this reign has in store for Kenny Omega. And I just had a random thought in my head. I wonder if this really how we finna get to Hangman Adam Page becoming a champ. I wonder, is it really time to build that redemption story of it's time for him to get at Kenny, and then, like, remember that time you betrayed me and you beat me and I was a shitty guy? I'm drunk, but I'm still the champion. It should be very interesting to see, and I'm like, I don't believe I'm saying this. I cannot wait for Impact. I am going to be watching that fucking live, because I gotta know. I gotta know what the fallout, the repercussions for all of this is. What are we building between Impact and AEW? I can't wait. Cannot wait. But seriously though, we have got plenty more show for all of you, so please, I just ask you to sit back, relax, and stay tuned to me. I'm Mr. Pop That Sang, the one and only triple G.O.D, aka Mr. C-R-A-C-K, C-O-C-I-N-E. Hashtag entertainment's #1 dope man. And indeed, I am the baddest monster in existence. And don't you ever forget it. My ace, my mellow, my brother, the green monster squish murder in the congregation. I see y'all holding down my 6 lessons of love shot over them. I see you pictures in the building. Candy, Sheila, got Big Red, got the Queen in the building, man. Got Alice in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like the family here. Zoe, I see you, baby. Got Stephen A, Big Black in the building, man. The whole squad's here, man. Showing nothing but love, man. As I do what I do better than anybody in the business. And speaking of the business, I couldn't get it done without the ladies of Rage. Betsy, Jenny, Magdalene, the intern, Annalise, and Yo Girl, and mine, Miss Marcy, aka Miss Marcy, and hold down the unos, doses, races, and quattros. Ladies, I couldn't do without you. Thank you very much. Look, y'all know what to do at this point. Subscribe buttons, bells, all my social media links are down below. You want to support the show with your cash money, Cash App, PayPal, Patreon. Shout out to my boy Drew, aka Young Money Back, and of course to my little brother, my partner here, Tyron Bomb. I see you folks. Number love, always appreciate y'all showing me that. If you want to join the Patreon family, you know what I'm saying? Shit, little fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, giving you the option. That's what you're supposed to do. Seriously. I cannot wait for Impact on Tuesday. I can't wait, dude. I'm like, I haven't said I'm waiting for Impact in like a decade. Literally, that's how long it's been since I've literally been anticipating something on Impact Wrestling. But Kenneth Omega's finna show up on Impact. This is finna be ignorant, stupid. Cannot wait. More show for all of y'all. And thank you again for joining me for another episode of The Savage Era. I had an intro and I just forgot what it was. Let's see. What did I do? Thank you guys for watching another episode of The Savage Era. It's in the books. We got plenty of more shows for you. You got it. For you. Especially for you. for me too, but for you, because therapy for me, entertainment for you, more show for you right after these commercial messages. Ooh, feels good. But seriously, more show for all of y'all after these commercials.